Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. I can see in the, under the dissecting microscope, I can see the salivary glands. They've got some polka dots where the nuclei are. So this should be ready to squash. I know the DNA's been stained, and now I want to spread out those chromosomes on a microscopic level so that we'll be able to see them as distinct from each other. So I kept track of this and made sure everything stayed moist. Didn't let my drop dry out, and now I'm going to put the cover slip on, the red part obviously, and try to center it on the chromosome that I want to look at, so that make sure that the force that I put down is going to be applied in the best way possible. Just going to prepare here with some Kim wipes. This is I'm going to be squishing out a liquid that's got a lot of that stain, and I just want to basically keep track of the stain as it moves out of there and not get it onto my gloves or the bench top, and certainly want to clean up if any of that happens. But taking our precautions here, I've got the Kim wipe underneath to catch any stain that might squeeze out and otherwise head on to the countertop. So what I'm going to do is decisively press downward, really with as much force as I can muster on my thumb. So obviously it helps to be able to get some purchase and be up above the benchtop area. I'm going to stiffen my arm and push it down as much as I can for about 30 seconds. So the constant pressure should get that moving to squish the cells out. This is a technique you would get better at with some practice, so not everybody gets it right the first time, but it is good to go through the motions. And usually one person per group has a good squash at the end of this, and it's I don't know, kind of a fun experience to see the results. So here we go. We're going to push down for 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Important to push straight down. So I've got a thumb tip. I'm bracing it with my other thumb, putting down all kinds of pressure right onto the thumb pad. Important during this process not to squeeze or wiggle side to side at all. If you go side to side, you can take those chromosomes that are spreading out and kind of shear them so they don't look like they don't look in the right place anymore. So we want to move them out away from each other just a little bit so that we can see them as separate. I haven't been watching the clock on this one, so you tell me if I hit 30 seconds. All right, I think we're good on there. Gently let up. And that should be the results of the chromosome squash there. All right, so I'm going to dab this up and put it in our biohazard waste container so nobody touches it on the way out. I probably want to change my gloves at the end of this too. So next we're going to look at this under the compound microscope at super high magnification and see if we can see those chromosomes as separate from each other.